Hello and welcome, I'm Roy the Bannerlord, and I'm going to be talking to you today about the upcoming Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord mod, Kingdoms of Arda. Obviously, as Bannerlord is not yet released, this mod is not released. The footage you're watching right now is from Full Invasion 2. Now, this is the Lord of the Rings mod, set 2 years before the start of the series. It's going to feature a large map, which will first start with only Gondor, Rohan, and Mordor, and will branch out in all directions. Now, they plan on having a couple different races: men, elves, dwarves, orcs, goblins, uruks, and keepstars. Oh, fuck, I mean trolls. Anyway, back on track, each of the races is going to have certain abilities. For example, elves can run faster than any other faction, kind of like the Cossacks with fire and sword. For factions, they have quite an extensive list. The major factions are going to be the Kingdom of Gondor, Kingdom of Rohan, Mordor, Isengard, Easterlings of Run, Wild Men of Dunland, Harridan of the South, Haven of Umbar, Khand, Dol Goldor, Elves of Lorien, Elves of Mirkwood, Dwarves of Erebor, Kingdom of Dale, I'm Ladris, Elves of Linden, Dwarves of Ered Luin, Orcs of the Misty Mountains, and Angmar. Thumbs down for not including my homeboys, the King of Arnor. Shame. 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 For the minor factions, which they say will still play somewhat important but not a significant role, are the Dorwindon, Anduin, Enedwaith, Breland, the Shire, Dunedain of the North, Ents of Fangorn, Orcs of Belagost, Orcs of Moria, Remnants of Rehovian, Kingdom of Solarain, Remnants of Arthedain, Remnants of Rudar, Remnants of Carlodan, Snowmen of Forochel. I apologize for butchering most of those names, but that's quite an extensive list, and that's probably more factions than in Anno Domini 1257, and I didn't think that was possible. This is quite ambitious, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to fit it all in, especially after saying the following: "We will try to make every troop unique as possible. No orc will share equipment with a human, and no man shall use a native armor." This basically means that there's going to be nothing from the base game. They're all going to be unique weapons and armor. And that's a great goal. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do that in a timely manner. This raises another question. How long is it going to take? How long before we are going to be able to play this and have it in our hands? Well, if they plan on releasing it all at once, it's going to take probably more than a year. However, as said previously, they only want to release Gondor, Rohan, and Mordor in sort of, I guess, an alpha, and then work on getting the other factions in later. It'll be interesting to see how they're going to make their 40+ factions unique. Now, they have said on their page it may take 6 months or more to get the mod in our hands, but I don't know about that. It took quite a few years for Anno Domini 1257, a mod about this size, to get into its current state. Now, it really all depends on the modding tools in Bannerlord, and they've said that it may take less or more time depending on what resources they have. So if they can't work on the mod right now, what are they doing? Well, they're mapping out the mod and what it's going to look like. There are a lot of different designs of weapons and armors, as well as troop trees on the ModDB page, which can be found in the description. So, what I would suggest to the Kingdoms of Arda team, if any of you are watching, is to try and get a couple developers from each different time zone. So, for example, you get some from Pacific time, 3 from Eastern time, 3 from GMT, GMT+1, GMT+2. You try and get people from Australia, and maybe 1 from Hawaii if there's a developer in Hawaii. That way, you can be working on and supporting the mod 24/7. When some of the developers go to bed at midnight, others can start working on it since it's noon their time, which I would suspect make the development go much faster. Anyway, this mod looks absolutely amazing, and I think that we're all pumped for it. After the success of Fall of Mordor, it really proves that there is an audience for this kind of thing in Warband, and I hope that they make it very well, and I'm sure they will. On release date, this mod is going to look perfect. That being said, my one suggestion: include Arnor! They're important! I'd like to thank you all for watching. Smash that subscribe button, and make sure to like the video if you liked it. If you didn't, then eat a healthy cup of dirt. I hear it's very good for you and very nutritious. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day and a great life.